Hello. I just finished filming the end of the Switzerland video. Now we're in France. We found a campsite. It's not the prettiest. This is like really by far the ugliest place we've had. But it has a public toilet that's pretty clean. It's closed overnight, but you know, there's a toilet. We can fill up water if we want. We can empty the toilet. We can get electricity, which we might use to edit Switzerland video. But it's just not very pretty. Like, it's a convenient place to park. And in France, wild camping is technically legal. Like, we can technically park wherever we want, as long as it fits in some criteria, but we can park at the side of the road if we want. So if Paul is currently on his unicycle searching for a nicer place, driving here is crazy. Crazy. I mean, they don't really indicate properly. So many people were driving across the line, like across the center line, just in our lane with our massive thing. It's like we're gonna lose a mirror or get whatever. And then the speed bumps. Oh my god, there's massive speed bumps everywhere. And we were like, if we had ceramic dishes, they would be smashed now. Like, smashed. We could hear every time we went over a speed bump. On the way up and on the way down, we could hear the dishes all going. Yeah. And then there was one road with just like, it looked like some kind of steering practice, basically. There was like chunks of pavement, so you had to go like this around, because people drive so fast and so carelessly here that they need to put massive speed bumps and weird obstacles in the road to make you drive slower and more carefully. Yeah.
What?
There's not very good curry options in Germany.
So, what do you think of the curry?
I didn't put a lot in. I put a lot of other spices in, because when I tried the curry just like that, it didn't taste very good. I think it's alright.
So, would you say that the German curry options are better now?
No.
No, still
I would
not.
say they're worse.
They're worse.
Mm.
But do you think it's alright?
Because I added a lot of curry powder.
Of what? Oh, curry powder. So you don't like the sauce? Right. The traffic light has got a timer. Who has seen that before? I've never seen it before. That's amazing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go!
We're parked for the night. We're, I don't know, somewhere in France. Next to a river. It's a very beautiful place. We've been driving through this like valley, or along the edge of this valley, for like an hour or two, kind of. We're trying to get to like a ravine, but the ravine is about half an hour drive away, and within the next hour it'll be dark, and it looks pretty beautiful, so we want to be there in daylight, so we've decided to stop here. And Paul is putting out the marquees. I don't know why, but I guess it's our first opportunity to.
Because we can!
Good morning. We are having our tea and coffee out here under our marquees. Because yeah, it's a bit cold, but we've got blankets and warm coats and socks and hats. And we've got the Makita table.
Was easier than any other table.
After arriving in France, our first goal was Gorge de la Moge. We arrived there in the late morning and were met with a light drizzle. Despite the weather, we decided to explore the ravine. We stopped in one of the many lay-bys beside the narrow winding road leading through the gorge across from a pebbled beach on the edge of the river. After looking around a bit, we discovered there was no way for us to cross the river, so we drove a little further to another lay-by with a path leading to a bridge.
Look guys, I found a bone, a fossil bone. Perfect.
We decided we wanted to see the ravine from above, so at every junction we took the path that seemed to go upwards. The higher we got, the less we could hear the rushing of the river. At the very top we could hear nothing but the sound of a bird chirping. We felt what we had been looking for by taking this gap year, the feeling that we could stay up here for as long as we wanted, with no real need to go down. Eventually, though, our stomachs were telling us it's lunchtime, but even more so, the light grey sky was turning a dark, threatening grey. We could see the mist of rain in the distance coming closer as we made our way down, and it caught up with us before we were halfway home. That night, we were aiming to stay near the next ravine, but around 7 p.m. we were driving through the dark with heavy rain along small twisting roads and decided to stop for the night. The next morning, before we got to the next ravine, we needed to find an adapter that would allow us to get electricity in the van. This was a long mission that had been confusing us since our first night in France, but that night we finally figured out the combination of adapters that we needed so we could complete the mission.
So today the idea is to go to the ravine of Ramon. Right, yeah, that was the name. It's much better weather than the other day where we went to this other ravine. That name already I forgot again. Yesterday it was.
I think it was like
Loud.
Morge or Monge or Moj, something like that. It's the name of the river.
Yeah. Yeah, and the weather wasn't quite as good there, but today it seems very good. Cloudy, sunny, and definitely warm. We're just like we have November and it's nice and warm. Like very much enjoyable. Thank you for that. We're just at the first little lookout point Still on the way to it. There's a wee lake that you can maybe see in the background there. We'll drive on, we'll see what we get. When shots for use, I'm pretty sure it will be nice for us.
Our next ravine, Gorge du Verdon, was wider and deeper than the first one. Here the road clung to the face of the cliff and we couldn't get to the river at the bottom. At our first stop we climbed a pillar of rock where we could see the canyon from above. We then stopped for lunch in a small town and then made our way to the next bit of the ravine. There we found hundreds of huge birds of prey flying above us. We also met an older couple from Germany who had been driving through France, Spain and Portugal every year for the last 10 years. They gave us a bit of advice on where to go and what to see. As the sun was nearly setting, we decided to stay the night at the top of the ravine. We parked in a beautiful spot overlooking the ravine, but once we were in bed, the wind that was already shaking us a bit got stronger and we had to move away from the cliff to somewhere more sheltered for the night. First thing the next morning, though, we moved back to our spot to drink our tea and coffee with the view of low-hanging clouds rolling into the ravine.
So we just went shopping in a French supermarket, and of course, because we're in France, got a baguette. Hi, little update. So we are currently at a campsite somewhere in the south of France. We spent 2 nights here. We came because we were at a point where household-wise we were a bit we needed to do a lot of housework basically. On our way here we shop because we had like basically no food basics, and then we came here to use electricity to edit a video and to fill up water and do laundry, and we had showers with warm water, very nice, and we actually wanted to clean the toilet, but that doesn't seem to have worked out. But yeah, so we've got housework done, and yeah, we're hoping to move on.